Beginning on our back in Shavasana, let's close our eyes, tuck our shoulder blades under the back of the body so we have a nice open chest, wide collarbones. And take a couple nice deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let your whole body relax. Let it sink down into the floor. And since it may have been a couple days or weeks or maybe even a couple months since we last practiced yoga, I'd like you to bring your awareness down your body from your head all the way down to your toes. Notice if there's any muscles that are a little achy tonight or tight or any place that's a little stiff. Take a couple breaths, see if you can bring any relief, any relaxation to that area. And if not, we just want to be mindful tonight as we move through our practice. Let's bring our heels together, connect the legs, reach the arms up overhead, back of the hand to the floor, and lengthen the body as much as possible. Think about becoming nice and tall, point the toes, reach through the fingertips, feel the spine growing tall. Breathe deeply. And then place your right hand around the left forearm. Reach up and over to the right, finding more length in the left side of the torso, under the left arm. Then continue to breathe evenly. Let's release through center and we'll switch sides. Left hand around the right forearm or wrist. Reach up, meaning lengthen the body a little bit more, and then pull the arm over towards the left side. Come back through center. And then bring the arms down to our sides. Bend the right knee, hug it in towards your chest. Point and flex the foot, wiggle your toes. And then work your way up into the hip, gently rocking the leg back and forth. And begin to circle the knee. Go both directions. And then pull the knee back into the chest. Slide your hands around to the back of the thigh. Straighten out the leg, reaching the heel up towards the ceiling. Pull the toes in towards the chest. Really stretch through the calf. And then you can relax the foot and just play around with it a little bit, noticing what your body needs tonight. If you can, maybe you can slide your hands up the leg while keeping the knee straight and the upper body relaxed, drawing the leg in a little bit closer to the chest. Or maybe tonight, if you've got a strap handy, you're using the strap. It's really all about your practice and how your body feels. We're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to open the right leg down to the right side. If you've got furniture or a tight space you're practicing in, just bend the knee. We're still going to get a good stretch through the inner thigh. Keep the left hip and thigh relaxed and down towards the mat, as well as the left shoulder. Let's inhale our right leg back up towards the sky, switch hands, and exhale, cross the leg over to the left. So now our right hip will lift off the floor. We're going to extend the right arm out at shoulder height or somewhere out to the right side of the body, grounding the right shoulder as the right hip lifts up. Look over the right shoulder, maybe past your hand, and just breathe. Excellent. Let's bring the knee and leg back to center, lowering the right hip and lowering the right heel all the way down to the mat. Switching sides, bending the left leg, hug it in towards your chest. Start down at your toes, wiggle them around, point and flex the foot. Circle the toes, both directions. And then make your way up to the hip, rocking the leg back and forth. Circling the knee. And then pull the leg back in towards the chest. Hands come to the back of the thigh. Flex the heel and lift it up towards the ceiling. So again, pull the toes in towards the shin. As you straighten out the knee, feel that stretch through the back of the left lower leg. If it's too much, release the foot. Let it relax for a moment or two. And then holding the left leg with the left hand, right arm out to the side somewhere. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, open, lowering the left leg down to the left side. Bend the knee if you need to. And then lift the knee back up. Switch hands and exhale, crossing the leg to the opposite side. Turn your head and look over the opposite shoulder. Good, let's inhale, leg back up. And exhale, lower it down to the floor. Slide your heels in towards your glutes. Reach your arms down alongside your body. We'll do a bridge. We don't usually do these at the beginning of class, but we'll start warming up the lower body this way. So let's take an inhale. Exhale, press through the soles of the feet. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Draw the knees together so they're in line with your hip bones. And maybe our hips aren't quite as high as they normally would be when we practice this at the end of our practice, and that's totally fine. But we're really working the hamstrings, the glutes, and the quads as well, of course, to keep our legs steady in alignment with the hips and lifting that pelvis. So let's hold this for one more breath to continue to warm up those large lower muscles of the lower body. And then ease the hips back down to the mat. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Find some space in the lower back, rounding it, rocking side to side. And then cross your ankles, tuck your chin towards your chest, roll the opposite direction from your shoulders to your tailbone. And then do one more and then come up to a seated position, crossing the ankles, letting the knees drop down towards the outside edges of your mat. Sitting up tall, rolling the shoulders back and away from your ears. So try and bring your chest back so our shoulders are stacked over our hips. And we're in a comfortable seat. And just take a nice deep breath. Lower your chin towards your chest. And then bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, reaching the crown of the head back. Keeping the chin tucked slightly, so we don't want to reach our chin out, but keep it tucked in towards the body. And we're going to feel that stretch down the opposite side of the neck. Good. Let's gently bring the chin through center, over to the left side, left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, notice your chin. If it's reaching out too far, you're not going to feel that stretch quite as intensely. So tuck the chin in a little bit. Good. Let's come back through center, lift the head up, look forward, interlace the fingers, lift the palms all the way up, roll the shoulders back, breathe deeply, and exhale, arms over to the right, keeping the hips grounded. On your next inhale, come through center, and exhale, opposite side. Good. Inhale through center and exhale, forward fold. Drop the hands to the mat, chin towards your chest. Take a couple nice deep breaths here as we let our chest relax down towards the legs. And then as we kind of relax into the posture, I'd like you to walk your fingertips a little bit further out in front of you, finding a little bit more length through the spine. And inch your hands over towards the right corner of the room. Press back into the left hip. And walk your hands through center and then over towards the left corner. Sit back into the right hip. Good. Hands through center. Lean forward into the palms. Come into your hands and knees. Walk the knees so they're under the hips. Hands under the shoulders. And let's move with our breath. Exhale, arch the back. Draw your chin towards your chest. Inhale, round the spine. Look upwards. So exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Let's do one more. And then come to our neutral spine. Let's draw the abs in. We're going to continue moving with the breath, starting by reaching the right arm and left leg out. Exhale, use the abs to draw the knee and elbow together. Tuck the chin. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round the back of the body. Good. On your next inhale, let's hold our arm and leg out, reaching a little bit longer and lifting a little bit higher, really activating the muscles along the back side of the body. Let's take one breath. And exhale, release, lower the hand and knee down to the floor. Excellent job. Let's continue on the opposite side. Left arm, right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. So really use the abs, not only to draw the knee and elbow towards one another, but by keeping them drawn in, we'll also stay more balanced and more steady. Good. On your next inhale, let's hold it there. Keep holding, lifting a little bit higher, reaching a little bit longer through the fingertip and foot. Draw the abs in and release. Hand and knee down to the mat. Excellent job. Let's spread our fingers nice and wide, curl the toes under, lift the knees off the mat and come into downward facing dog. Our first one of the evening. Hold it here for a couple breaths. Notice how your body feels. Adjust your spacing on the mat if you need to, if you find your feet are too close or too far away. And give a couple good pedals with the heels. So really wake up those calves. Find a little bit more length there. Shake the head left and right very gently, letting go of any tension in the neck or the jaw. And now let's tiptoe our feet forward, coming into a forward fold. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Continue to let the upper body just hang. And then press through the soles of the feet, round the body up until we stack our shoulders over the hips. And then lift the chin off the chest. Look forward. Take a nice deep breath. We'll move into our sun salutations to continue our warm-up. Let's inhale. Exhale, palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arching back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up, drop the hips down and forward. Let's hold this a little bit longer than usual just to continue that warm up. Good. Curl the right toes and exhale, left leg back to plank. Draw the abs in, check your alignment, hands under your shoulders, Hips are down in line with the body. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, lowering knees, chest, and forehead, or chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. And exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, nice big step. Use your hand to place the foot on the mat if you need to. Left knee down, foot flat. Again, let's hold this just for an extra breath. Really feeling the length in the left quad and hip flexor. Good. Exhale, left foot forward. Bring the feet together as you look at your knees. Inhale, lift the arms up. Gently arch back. And exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arching back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips all the way down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up, hold it here, breathe deeply. Good, inhale. Exhale, right leg back to plank, draw the abs in. And exhale, knees, chest, and forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. Breathe into this. And exhale, right leg forward, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Excellent job. Inhale. Exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. We'll stay at the top of our mat so we can move back into triangle. So let's take our right foot and step back about a stride, maybe a stride and a half, depending on our leg length. Glance down, make sure that left heel points toward the right arch. Arms extended at shoulder height. Let's inhale. Exhale, reach the left fingertips as far to the left as you can, and then hinge sideways directly over the left leg. Long arms reaching from floor to ceiling, finding that stretch through the right side of the torso, the left inner thigh, and breathe. So I want you to bring your awareness to that left knee. Often, myself included, we lock that joint, all right? But I want a slight bend there. And that may shift where your arms or torso have to be for that to be comfortable. But again, we want muscle activation. So softening the knee rather than locking out the joint is where we should be. All right, let's take one more breath. And exhale, press through the soles of the feet, lift the torso up, bring the shoulders back over the hips. And now let's rotate our right foot, our back foot about 45 degrees, the toes towards the top of the mat. Bring the hips, shoulders, and chest in the same direction as your left toes, and then exhale, right hand down. So our left foot is at the top of the mat and we're reaching our right hand down towards it. So if you've got a block handy, you can always use a block under that hand to give you a little bit more support, or you can place the right hand on the right shin. I'm sorry, the right hand on the left shin if you can't get the hand all the way down to the mat. Okay, but this is an intense stretch. So again, soft knees, not bent, not locked, but we're pressing down through the right hand so we can roll the left shoulder back, stack it ideally over the right shoulder, and feel that deep stretch along the outside of the left hip from the lower back all the way down to the upper calf. Take one more inhale. And as we exhale, press through the soles of the feet. Maintain your balance as you lift your arms and torso up and bring the right arm all the way back to the right side. Walk the right foot back on the mat so we have a nice wide stance for warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, bending the left knee, stacking the knee over the ankle, keeping our shoulders over our hips. Turn the head, look just past the left fingers. Building strength through the quad, length through the inner thighs. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Working those muscles of the upper back helps with our posture. So let's take one more breath here. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our left hand down to the mat on the outside of the left foot. So our left thumb is next to the left pinky toe. We're going to sweep the right arm forward, bring the right bicep next to the ear, tilt the chin, and look up at the right palm, creating a nice long line in our extended side angle. If this is too intense on the left hip or inner thigh, you can lift the arm up and come to the thigh itself. Okay. So one more nice deep breath. And then exhale, drop the right hand down to the floor, frame that foot, rotate the right heel up towards the ceiling, and exhale, left leg back to plank. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, forehead, or chaturanga, just as we do in our sun salutations. Inhale, slide forward, press to the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward dog, hold it here, breathing deeply. Pelvic heels. And then walk the feet forward to the top of your mat and round up, stack the back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chin off the chest, coming back into mountain pose. And we'll switch sides. So our left foot now steps back about a stride, hip, shoulders, and chest towards the left edge of our mat. Arms extended at shoulder height. Let's inhale. Exhale, reach the right arm to the right, and then hinge sideways over that right leg. Again, pay attention to the knee joint. We want a soft right knee. It's not locked. Squeeze the shoulder blades and look directly to the left side of your room. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, press into the feet, lifting the arms and torso back up, moving into that revolved triangle to really get deep in the muscles that the IT band connects to along the outer hip and thigh. Let's rotate the back foot about 45 degrees, hip, shoulders, and chest face the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, left hand this time comes down either to the mat, the block, the right shin. Maybe it's just our fingertips that we're planting. But once we have contact or an anchor point for the left hand, we're opening up the chest a little bit more, reaching up through the right fingers and breathing deeply. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, press into the feet. use them to maintain our balance. Come all the way up. Bring the left arm back to the left side. Arms are over our legs. And then we'll walk the left foot back a couple inches on the mat for our wide stance for warrior two. Don't forget your alignment here. We want to make sure that right heel still is pointing towards the left arch. So the feet may have gotten out of alignment in that last posture. Inhale. And exhale, bending the right knee, sinking into warrior two. Turn your head and look past the fingers. Think about opening up through the inner thigh, pointing the knee of the right leg towards the middle toe on the right foot. Press deeply into the feet, work the quads a little bit more. Let's inhale. Exhale to extended side angle. So forearm to thigh or right hand down to the right side of the right foot. Left arm sweeps forward, nice long line. Lift the chin and look up at the left palm. Good, let's inhale. Exhale, left hand down to the mat, frame the right foot, rotate the left heel up, and exhale, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower, knees, chest, forehead, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest, look upwards. Exhale, curl the toes, hips up and back, downward dog, breathing deeply. Excellent. Let's walk our toes forward on the mat again, coming into forward fold and holding it here. So our knees may be soft, maybe they're really bent tonight. Our arms are relaxed. We want to feel a stretch through the backs of the legs and the lower back. So really, wherever your legs need to be or your arms need to be to feel that stretch is perfect. So if you can take a little bit more intensity, begin to straighten out the legs a little bit more. Or maybe if your legs are straight, bring your hands around to the back of your ankles or calves and think about pulling your chest in a little bit closer, the crown of the head down towards the mat a little bit further. Excellent. Release the hands if you're holding the legs, and we're going to lift directly up into chair pose from our forward fold. So on the next inhale, let's sweep the arms forward and up to shoulder height, bending the knees, reaching the hips back, holding it here in chair. If you prefer, you can bring your hands to your heart in prayer position. But I want you to be able to glance down and still see all of your toes. You can still wiggle them because the weight is evenly distributed. You should feel your lower body warming up. We're really challenging the muscles of the thighs, both the quads and the hamstrings, as well as the glutes. Take one more nice deep breath. And then exhale, fold forward, hands back down to the mat. And step back to downward dog. Breathing deeply. All right, on your next inhale, I'd like you to take a big step forward with the right foot. Come into our low lunge. So we want to bring the knee directly over the ankle. Our hips are dropping down and forward. If when you really relax your hips down and forward, your knee starts creeping ahead, you can also walk the left foot back, okay? But it's really important that we have that alignment in the front leg. So we should feel this stretch through the left hip flexor and quad, maybe the right inner thigh or both inner thighs, perhaps. Take a couple nice deep breaths here. And then keeping your left hand under your left shoulder, let's reach our right arm up towards the sky. So we're rotating our chest and torso towards the right inner thigh, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And you can either look to the right side of your room or all the way up towards your hand. If this is too intense, you can always lower the back knee for a little bit more support. Excellent. Let's exhale. Bring the right hand back down to the mat, framing your foot one more time. And from here, we're going to lift into our high lunge. So this is much more challenging. You're welcome to give it a try, or if you know you want a little bit more support tonight, for whatever reason, you could always lower the back knee or rotate the back heel to the mat. Okay? So any of those leg options are great. Regardless of the left leg, we're all turning on the right quad. To do so, we're pressing deeply down into the right foot. So let's take an inhale. Exhale, press deeply, inch the hands off of the floor, roll the shoulders back. We'll just bring our arms to shoulder height tonight. Okay, so find a point to focus on. Keep pressing down deeply into the front leg. If you're on your back toes, press down deeply through them as well. And breathe. Take one more breath and exhale, fold forward, hands down to the mat, frame the right foot, gently lower the left knee if you haven't already. Walk the hands back for our hamstring stretch, straightening out the right leg and lifting the toes, folding the torso over the thigh. Bring the chin towards the chest and look back towards your left leg. Take a moment here and flex the right foot, bringing the toes towards your shin. You'll feel that stretch really shift now into the lower leg. So again, notice where your body needs the stretch tonight. If it's more the hamstring, keep the foot relaxed. If it's more the calf, pull the toes in. Excellent. Let's walk our hands forward, lower the right foot back down to the floor, curl the left toes, lift the knee and step the right leg back to downward dog, pedaling the heels, noticing the way the right leg feels versus the left. And now we'll switch sides. So big step forward with the left foot, bring it between your hands, hips are down and forward. Find that alignment of the left knee over the ankle, maybe adjusting the right leg. Breathing deeply here. Good. Let's begin with that twist. So we're pressing into the right hand for support, lifting the left arm up, rotating the chest and torso towards the left inner thigh. So our legs really aren't moving. It's just about the upper body revolving to the left side. Excellent. Lower the hand back down. From here, we'll lift into our high lunge. So again, lower the right knee or heel to the mat if you like, or keep the legs in the place they are right now. Let's inhale. Exhale, press into that left foot, turn on the quad, roll the shoulders back, gradually stacking them over your hips. Draw your abs in for a little support and breathe. Excellent. Let's fold forward again. Bring our hands down to the mat. Lower the right knee if it's not already there. Shift your hips back so we can straighten out the left leg. Lift the toes and fold forward over the thigh. Your back leg, you can keep the toes tucked in or you can flatten it down to the mat, whatever you prefer. But breathe here. Again, play around with the stretch a little bit. Notice how your body feels. Pull the toes in towards the shin. Feel the shift in that stretch. Throughout our yoga practice, we want to feel a stretch, but we don't want to be in pain. So adjust any of these postures to fit your body best. Excellent. Let's walk our hands forward, lower the left foot, and step back again to downward dog. From here, we're going to move into pigeon to get some more stretch and length through the outer hip and thigh. So let's lift our right leg up just momentarily, bending the right knee, and now pull the bent knee in towards the chest as we shift our weight forward and lower the outside of the right knee down to the mat, relaxing the left leg back. So if this stretch is new to you, We're creating an A shape or upside down V shape with that right leg between our hands. Okay, so let's hold it there, taking a nice deep breath. As we inhale, let's lift our chest up. As we exhale, fold forward over the right leg, down to our forearms or a block, maybe bringing our forehead down to our hands or maybe even to the mat. We want to feel this stretch through the outside of the right hip and thigh, the glute, maybe even the right inner thigh. Maybe you're feeling it tonight in the left hip flexor. Those are all great places to feel this stretch. If it's too intense, you can always lift your chest up. You can draw your legs in towards one another slightly, or play around with the angle of the right knee. It doesn't necessarily need to be directly between your hands. You could point your knee towards your right wrist, okay? But we don't want to feel any pain in the right knee or ankle. And if we do, it's probably because our hip is tight, meaning we should come up a little bit and maybe draw the knee a little bit towards the right edge of the mat until we find that happy medium, okay? So let's take one more nice deep breath here. And then walk our hands back in, lifting the chest, bring our shoulders back over our hips, and we'll press back to downward dog. So curl the left toes, press into the palms, hips up, right foot back to the mat. Excellent. Let's switch sides, left heel up briefly, bend the knee, pull it in towards the chest, lower the knee down between our hands, relax the right leg back, inhale, lifting the chest, exhaling, folding forward. Good, let's release, walk our hands back. We're gonna keep our leg where it is. We're gonna sit down into the left hip so we can swing our right leg around for spinal twist. So we're gonna plant the right foot on the outside of the left knee or thigh and then sit down into the right hip. Bring the right hand behind the back, firmly planting the heel of the hand just behind the tailbone. Inhale, left arm up, and exhale, lower it on the outside of the right thigh. Open the chest and look over the right shoulder. Breathe deeply. Excellent. Release the arms and bring the chest forward. Before we switch sides, we're going to walk our left foot forward so our left shin is parallel with the top of our mat. Then we're going to pick up our right leg and ideally stack our right leg on top of the left, meaning our right ankle is on top of the left knee and our right knee is on top of the left ankle. This may not be feasible tonight. That's totally fine. Just stack the right foot somewhere along the left leg. So you might, in fact, just have your ankles stacked, okay? But anywhere along that left leg is fine. And you'll see my knee is up a little bit higher than I'd like it to be, but that's part of our practice. So I would do this. But you don't want to feel any pain in the right knee, okay? The reason why you would feel pain in the right knee is because it's tightness in the hip, okay? If the hip can't open, the leg is going to kind of move sideways at the knee joint where it shouldn't be doing that. So if you're feeling any discomfort in the right knee, again, please slide those legs a little further apart until you feel, again, a stretch, no pain. So once we're grounded down in our seated position, we're going to inhale our arms up and exhale, reach forward as we fold. Drop the hands when you feel that stretch through the outside of the glutes. You'll know what I'm talking about when it hits you. And then lower your palms to the mat, chin towards your chest. Take a couple deep breaths. And as your body relaxes into this stretch, maybe you can walk the hands a little bit further away from your body, but you certainly don't have to. Okay, again, we want to feel a stretch, but it shouldn't be painful. If at any time you need to adjust the legs, go right ahead. Excellent. Let's walk our hands back, roll our shoulders back, stack them over the hips, and we are going to switch sides. So let's bring starting with spinal twist. So let's bring our right knee in front of the body. So our knee should actually be in line with our sternum. Take the left leg, step it across to the outside of the right thigh, left hand behind the back, inhale, right arm up, and exhale, lower it on the outside of the left thigh, open the chest, and look over the left shoulder. Good, let's release. Bring the chest forward. And now we'll walk our right heel forward, bringing the right shin towards the top of the mat. And then we're going to stack the left leg on top. So one side may feel much easier. One side may be much tighter than the other. So just notice it and adjust as necessary. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, gently, gently, gently. When you feel that stretch, just drop the hands. Breathe into it. Maybe you can walk the hands out, or you can lower your chin towards your chest a little bit further. Excellent. Let's walk our hands back in, lift the chest up. And we're going to keep our right leg bent, but we're going to extend the left leg. So maybe like me, you're running off the top of your mat. You can move back a little bit, but we're going to place the right foot along the left thigh or the left calf. We don't want any sideways pressure on the left knee. So sit up tall, inhale, both arms up, biceps next to your ears. And as we exhale, reach forward as we fold. Drop the hands when you can't fold forward any further. Ease the chin towards your chest and breathe. Maybe you can walk your hands down your leg a little bit as your body adapts to this stretch. Good, let's inhale both arms up. Keep the left arm lifted. Bring the right hand back just behind the right hip. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're pressing into the right hand, lifting the hips off the mat. So our weight moves into the right shin, the left foot, the right hand, and we're reaching back through the left fingers. Excellent. Let's come on down. And we'll switch sides, starting with that hamstring stretch. So right leg extended, left leg bent, sole of the left foot along the inner thigh or calf. Sit up tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach forward as you fold. Breathe deeply. Let the quads relax. Don't let them fight against your hamstring stretch. Excellent. Let's inhale both arms and chest all the way up. Keep the right arm lifted. Left hand comes back just behind the left hip. Inhale. As we exhale, press into the palm, lift the hips. Weight comes into the right foot, left shin, left hand. Reach back through the right fingers. Excellent. Let's lower our hips back down. Bring our right arm back down to our side and bring the soles of the feet together. Sit up tall one more time, shoulders over hips, hands resting on the ankles or feet. And relax the legs down towards the mat as much as you can. Let's inhale. Exhale, lean forward. So we're not rounding or creating a C shape with the spine, but instead think about a nice, tall, flat back. We're bringing the center of our chest down towards our ankles, maybe using our elbows to press the thighs down a little bit closer to the mat. And breathe. Good. Let's lift the chest back up. Draw the inner thighs towards one another. Lean back on the tailbone. Let's move into our boat pose to challenge the abs. So our hands are facing the legs. When you're ready, lift the toes off of the floor. And you can either keep the shins parallel to the mat. If you're looking for more of a challenge, you can extend the legs. But I'd like you to think about keeping your upper body tall, your shoulders back, your abs drawing in. And breathe. Excellent. Let's lower our feet to the mat. Keep the abs engaged as we round the upper body down. And let it relax. From here, we're going to move into shoulder stand, or if you'd prefer, you can slide your mat over towards one of your walls and do legs up the wall. Or of course, you can just remain here and relax for a couple breaths. And moving into shoulder stand, remember, we want to start with our shoulders tucked in under the back of the body. We're going to use our abs to draw the knees in towards our chest as far as we can. And then we're going to press our hands down into the mat to lift the tailbone off of the floor. Once the tailbone's up, we're bending our elbows, bring our hands to the lower back, thumbs pointing towards the spine. Fingers pointing towards the spine, thumbs wrapping around our waist, maybe coming up onto our shoulders a little bit more, just kind of centering them under our hips. And then when you're ready, we're lifting the toes up towards the ceiling. So if at any point you feel lightheaded, short of breath, dizzy, just come on down, okay? If you've got a little bit of a head cold, this may agitate it, just with kind of increasing sinus pressure. So again, just come on down or try the variation of legs up the wall. You'll still be getting the benefit of the inversion with a little bit less intensity. If you want to try any variations, pointing and flexing the feet, or bringing one leg towards your head, the opposite leg away, give it a try now. And again, we want to move gradually when we're in shoulder stand. And then you can continue holding shoulder stand, or you're welcome to come down into plow, bringing the toes to the mat overhead. If your feet don't quite touch the floor, that's okay. Just keep your hands where they are. Keep breathing deeply. And then gradually bring your hands down to the mat, bend your knees in towards your face, slide the knees down the front of the body, gently lowering the back to the mat, and then lower your feet all the way down. Walk the heels in towards the glutes, and we're going to do one more bridge, just like we did at the beginning of class. So arms are down at our sides, reach your fingertips for the backs of the heels or ankles, tuck the shoulder blades underneath, take an inhale. As you exhale, press through the soles of the feet, lift the hips up, draw the knees together so they're in line with your hips, and we're really focusing on building strength through the muscles of the lower body. And on your next exhale, gently lower the hips back down. Pick up the right foot, place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Reach the right hand through the legs, left hand on the outside. Draw the legs in towards your chest. Feel that stretch through the outside of the right hip, maybe into the glute. And release, let's switch sides. So right foot comes to the floor, pick up the left leg, left ankle on top of the right knee, left hand through the legs, right hand on the outside, gently draw them in. And let's release. And then lower your legs down to the mat, heels about mat width apart, arms halfway between your hips and your shoulders, palms up. So we're going to move into our final relaxation. It's important to mention, since it's winter time, that your body might get colder than even it usually would in the summertime or the fall when we usually practice. So if you've got a sweater or a pair of socks nearby, you might want to put that on now, just to avoid getting distracted and getting cold while we relax. So take a couple nice deep breaths, closing your eyes, letting go of any outside thoughts, plans, or ideas. And it's totally natural. Minds are always busy. That thoughts arise, that's totally fine. But when they do, acknowledge it without judgment. And then bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, noticing how it feels. Bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Om. Bring awareness back to your body. And take a nice deep breath. Gently lift your arms up overhead, lengthening the body. And bring your arms to the right side, then the left side. And slowly sit back up, coming to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everyone. It's so great to be back practicing with you. Thank you for signing up for another session, virtual winter session. The Monday class starts next week, so I hope to see some of you there. If not, you can still sign up. And just a reminder, I will be emailing, once I get the official list from Marion, I'll be emailing everyone sometime later this week with the link to the video library, because all these classes will be recorded and uploaded there. So if you want to practice again throughout the week, or if you miss a class, you can always make it up that way. So I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend.